Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyanI, that's IRYENI, and you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan and welcome to week number 79 of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Now hopefully you guys will enjoy the mods that I've picked off for this week. Starting off at our number 5 spot, we have JWD's Rollo Sigurdsson, the Viking Warrior. Now Sigurdsson is loosely inspired by the character on the Vikings TV show on the History Channel. He's a standalone follower that uses his own textures and meshes but uses the vanilla follower system. He has a unique preset for his face, hair, body, and eyes. He's located in Kynesgrove. He's a male brute with a two-handed weapon that he starts with, and some of the perks that he has Assassin's Blade, Barbarian, Bladesman, Bonebreaker, Deadly Bash, Juggernaut, Hack and Slash, Lightfoot, and many more perks at his disposal. He also has spells and shouts that include healing and knockback shouts as well. This is what sets him aside apart from all the other follower mods in the game, because he has a bunch of unique perks and traits that make him feel like he's a Viking before you actually came and found him. You'll be able to find him in a mine, that's at least where I found him, or in Kynesgrove, wherever he's wandering around. And he also has a location marker that you can activate under the miscellaneous tab on the miscellaneous quest, so you'll be able to find him extremely easily. He also comes with a teleport spell that you can teleport him to you whenever you want. So if you say that you no longer want him to be along your side for a mission and then you want him to come back, or you change your mind halfway through a mission, you can teleport him back using the spell and then make him your follower again. I think this is probably one of the easiest to use follower mods, and he does pretty much everything that you're going to need, and he's able to heal himself as well, so he doesn't really go down in combat as much. And that's definitely why he comes in at our number 5 spot, so I'd recommend giving this mod a try. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have the Seaside Library. Now this adds a library / bookstore featuring almost all books from the previous Elder Scrolls games, such as Daggerfall, Morrowind, Oblivion, as well as all the purchasable books from Skyrim. This is a free reading place for all citizens of Tamriel. The Seaside Library is managed by Materi. You may hear about its grand opening by picking up a pamphlet which is scattered along Skyrim's inns. Now a little bit about the library. It's located northeast of Solitude, and the library is divided into 5 areas. At the entrance there is the reception with a shrine of Julianos, a silver urn, and a cupboard to accept donations from visitors. Next we have the books from Daggerfall, including the uncensored Real Baron Zaya series and the King Edward books. Then we have Morrowind with a special shelf for all 36 lessons of Vivek. To the right is a small discussion area by the fire, and finally a small space for Oblivion books, including clippings from the Black Horse Courier, and a bookcase with some random regular Skyrim books. Moving on to the attic that is included with the library. If you come here looking for the books from Skyrim, do not fret. Just go up to the attic. The trapdoor is on the 2nd floor, and there will not be anyone up there, so you can read them at your leisure. All the skill books and quest books won't activate anything, they're just there to read, and they've been edited so that they don't trigger any quests. And I just think this is an all-around great mod because of how much time that, Bethesda put into writing all these books and put into actually making the lore fit right. And over the course of Daggerfall, Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, there's been so many books included, and I bet that no one has went through and actually read all of them. But if you want to take a time and scroll in from time to time through one of your playthroughs, you could stroll on into the Seaside Library, pick up a book, give it a read, and come back, and every single book from most of the Elder Scrolls games are at your disposal. So I think that's a really cool aspect, and I've never thought that anyone would implement something that includes every single book from all the games, and I think that is a really awesome aspect. So that's why it comes in at our number 4 spot, so I strongly recommend downloading the Seaside Library. Coming in at our number 3 spot, we have the Wizard Husky follower. This adds a Wizard Husky follower in the Winking Skeever in the Solitude Inn. The Wizard Husky uses 20 or more magic spells. Husky's max level is level 1000, and he levels up with the player, which magnifies his spells to be even more powerful. Now as you can see, me and him are going to go up against a mammoth and a giant and just completely obliterate him. After getting the Wizard Husky to follow you, which is pretty easy, all you have to do is walk up to him in the Winking Skeever and talk to him, and he sounds like a Khajiit, so he's pretty much just a Wizard Dog, which is a follower that I've never even heard of before and that I would have never even thought of. And just the way he is in combat, it looks amazing whenever he starts casting spells, and he can create like this little storm where a bunch of lightning just strikes the enemies, and it's really powerful. He's a really great follower, and he can even use shouts as well, and it's actually animated so where that the shouts actually come out of the dog's mouth, which I think is really awesome as well. So if you ever wanted to have a dog companion, but they weren't actually strong enough to actually protect you in battle, now you can have one, and he will be able to protect you and even heal himself in battle as well. So that's why he comes in at our number 3 spot, so I strongly recommend downloading the Wizard Husky follower. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have Dragonsdeep Player Home. The Dragonborn inherits a home from an anonymous dragon slayer friend. This modest yet well-equipped home is built into a mountainside in a scenic and secluded area. It is lore-friendly, and there's a minimum of static clutter objects that allow the player to remove and or replace most of the loose clutter. The home becomes available via a quest once the player is recognized as the Dragonborn by some key NPCs during the main quest line. It is possible to get the home by level 6 or so you shouldn't have any problem getting access to the home. Some of the notable features of the home is NPCs will undress when sleeping in beds because sleeping in armor looks really uncomfortable. Bookshelves are initially populated with random books, some of them could be valuable, and otherwise function like the vanilla interactive bookshelves. There's a fully equipped workshop room, and there's decent loot yet balanced, especially if the home is obtained early in the game. In the spirit of immersion, none of the containers respawn. There's immersive lighting and all kinds of safe storage. So if you just started the game not too long ago and you're a little bit into the main quest, you'll be able to get this house for free, and it comes with everything that you're going to need, so you're not going to have to buy Breeze Home, which lacks the smithing station and all that stuff. This actually has everything that you're going to need, and you get it for free, and it's all in one compact area, which is the best part of a house mod, and it's simple, balanced, immersive, practical, and homey. So that's why it comes in at our number 2 spot, so I'd recommend giving Dragonsdeep Player Home a try. Coming in at our number 1 spot, we have Get Immersive Cheats. Now I know what you're thinking, including a cheat mod as the number 1 slot in a top 5 mod video, I must be out of my mind, but no. This changes a whole bunch of stuff in the game that make the game actually a whole lot better and not necessarily cheating. Game environment tweaks Immersive Cheats enhances many unmovable objects that you find throughout Skyrim by turning them into containers similar to chests or activators similar to the Silver War barricades. It also changes items you interact with, such as 2 forges, and adds some more objects into the world that you can interact with, such as more enchanting tables and bedrolls. This makes the game easier and more fun, and in a way that makes way more sense. One example, let's say you want to go to Whiterun at night to make a weapon, enchant it, sell it, and get a bed for the night, to get a well-rested bonus and level up faster. Without this mod, you'd have to go through 6 load screens when you 1. Enter the Whiterun gate to use the forge, 2. Enter Dragon's Reach to use the enchanting table, 3. Exit Dragon's Reach, 4. Enter the Drunken Huntsman to sell the enchanted weapon, 5. Exit the Drunken Huntsman, and 6. Enter the Bannered Mare to pay 10 gold to rent a bed. With this mod, you only need to wait for 2 loading screens. Why, you may ask? Because all you need now is the Drunken Huntsman. There you'll find an enchantment table to enchant your weapon, a merchant to sell the weapon to, and a bedroll to use for free. So it pretty much upgrades a lot of the stores that are in the game to include more items such as the alchemy stations and the enchantment stations. And the other things that you get with this mod include the Magic Lunar Forge, which is in the Silent Moon's ruins near Whiterun, is a forge with a unique name, the Lunar Forge. Next to the forge is a book that hints of the forge having power to make lunar weapons with a unique enchantment that is active only at night. So now the forge lives up to its name. You may make lunar weapons without an enchantment table by using the forge. The weapons you create are leveled, so the higher your level, the better the enchantment. There's also a real improvement for the Scorched Hammer Forge. You guys may recall this quest. In Riften, there's a blacksmith named Balamon who promises that his forge has a mind of its own and will make better weapons if you bring him 10 fire salts. So shouldn't the forge actually show some improvement after you spend all that time or expense collecting the rare ingredients for him? Yeah, it should. When you complete the quest, the forge will give you the option of creating steel weapons with fire enchantments. There's no enchanting table required. Your character's level and not the smithing or enchanting skill determines the strength of the enchantment. Next up, we have Mammoth Skulls. So there are 2 quests in the game that require you to get mammoth tusks, and countless mammoth skulls are littered throughout the wilderness, looking perfectly good with their tusks. Ever wonder why you can't just go and chop one of them off? Well, now you can. You can now get tusks from many of the mammoth skulls you find throughout the land of Skyrim. All you have to do is activate a mammoth skull in the wild, and it should display a message that says, "This skull has a good tusk," and you can hit the skull with any weapon or destruction spell, and after a few hits, the mammoth tusk will break free, and you'll be able to pick it up and add it to your inventory. Also, along with these tusks is the amount to sell them is actually doubled. They're now worth 300 gold, and they're also larger. The other changes that this mod makes is combat dummies and archery targets now improve your skills. Combat dummies and archery targets get a lot of use from NPCs, so you should have a good reason to use them too. Well, now you do. Shoot them with a bow or hack and slack with your melee weapons and watch your archery, one-handed or two-handed skills gradually improve. There's also now a way to make an infinite burning torch. If you head over to Windhelm in Candlehearth Hall, there's a story of a magical candle that has continued to burn for hundreds of years. Since this is Skyrim, I think the legend should be true. Now you can take advantage of the legendary Eternal Flame and equip a torch and hover the torch above the Eternal Flame, and it will now rename your torch to Eternal Flame, and the torch will burn forever and never ever go out. And much more. So you could see how this mod would be extremely useful to have throughout any of your playthroughs, and it doesn't break the game at all. There's no cheats in here, as it says in the title. There's not really any big cheats that completely break the game. It just makes the game a little bit more easier, way more fun, and a lot more convenient. And that's definitely why it comes in at our number 1 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Get Immersive Cheats mod. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the Top 5 Skyrim Mods of the Week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I would appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future Top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can follow me on Twitter. I'll be sure to leave my Twitter in the description, and you guys can follow me on there and leave me suggestions through there as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys later.